All right, we should be live. What's going on, everybody?
Live.
It's Friday night, 8 o'clock. I'm Will. We got Mike, George, and AlteredTech Rishi down here with us tonight.
Hey there. How you all doing? It's Friday. Woo!
Yeah, there you go. MobileGeezer's here with you. Rishi, say something.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great Friday night. Got my OnePlus 7 Pro right over here.
There you go.
Just trying to check it out. I haven't really touched it like in a few days, man. I've been so busy.
Okay, you're working 2 jobs now, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, man.
Been there, done that.
I got the midnight shift, so it is what it is. All right, so what we got today, man?
Well, for me and Mike just talking before we got on. I think
we had some topics, but we're going somewhere else first.
We're probably gonna.
We're going to bounce around a little bit. Yeah, we're going to touch a lot of stuff.
So Will, go ahead and start what we were talking about.
Yeah.
All right. What we were talking about was George's. George got us this article here that Tim Cook gave a commencement speech and said, it's from Yahoo. The title of the article is Tim Cook said Silicon Valley built a chaos factory, and then there's a question: are Apple's hands clean? Basically, he went into all the data breaches from like Facebook, Amazon, stuff like that, and said the companies that are having a lot of issues are trying to excuse it by saying like, well, Google too, like they're giving you a lot of services for this data, and even though there's data breaches, like it's okay. It's kind of how he's like, how they're trying to explain it, and he's saying that it's not acceptable, basically, that all this data should be out there and being sold to third parties for advertising and all that. So me and Mike were basically saying that I think that the way Google keeps your data, like to store like your voice searches and all that stuff, is ridiculous. And they are trying to change it now. But I would rather have a dumber assistant or, a dumber phone or operating system or whatever, than have all that information just stored in the cloud. So I don't know.
Now, of course, it depends on who you are and who you trust. Now, everybody knows I'm a real Google fanboy, and I tend to trust Google. Now, I got to give Tim Cook credit. I think his speech was awesome. I think he's pretty much absolutely right, and he did not exclude Apple from some culpability here either. But for me, it doesn't bother me one bit that Google has all this data on me, and some people it does. Rishi and Mike, you guys say what you think.
Go ahead, Rishi. I want to hear what you have to say. Go ahead.
For me? For me, I don't trust anybody. You could be Jesus, and you could be, collecting my data and stuff. I still won't trust you, man. Because when it comes to data and stuff, with data comes money. And when it comes to money, you can't trust nobody, especially when you're talking about that large.
Rishi, Jesus doesn't need money. He can make it on his own if he felt like it.
Maybe in today's world, he might need some money.
I don't think so.
I think he might, because we got a lot of stuff going on right here, man.
All right, so basically you don't trust any company with your data is what you're saying.
No, I can't trust anyone.
So wait a minute. Let me ask you this, Rishi. When you set up your phone, and you in the line of the stuff that we play with, you set up a lot of phones, but your own personal phone. I would only imagine. I'm going to ask you. Do you have 2 lines? Are you a 2-line person, or you're just working?
Yeah, I got a business phone and I got a a personal phone.
Right. Your personal. We'll stick with your personal phone. Do you allow, when you do the initial setup, it asks you, you ask your location. Do you mind it getting, our algorithms? Do you mind it sending, reports of any issues? Do you turn on all the features? All the features when you first set up a phone?
I turn them all off. I make sure
you turn them all off.
Yes. The diagnostic tests, sometimes they want you to send some feedback so they can improve their devices. I'm like, hell no, I'm not giving you guys anything. So,
and that's on your personal phone. I'm taking it, right? So So why not and the location you turn off too?
Location, I'll need it for like Google Maps, so I can't get around that. So
okay. I just find it surprising. I mean, I don't know. I'm of the mindset of I don't trust everybody, but I have to trust what we have to work with. I turn on all the features, and I'm not afraid to. I look at it this way: if you have something to hide, then you're gonna do things to not let Big Brother know what you're doing.
But
Mike,
but
you
I mean,
can't look at it that way, Mike.
Rishi doesn't have anything to hide, and he doesn't like it. I know Jaime Rivera doesn't like it. You know, so I don't think it's just people who have something to hide.
Mike, if you think about it,
Go ahead.
honestly, nobody should like it. Because think about, all right, let's go back to before we had smartphones or whatever, right? When you had Google search on the computer. You typed in your Google search, if you was at the library or whatever, and it got you your information, right?
Yeah.
And that was it. Now you have a computer in your pocket, but Google wants to know everything about you. They want to know where you went. I can pull up my Google thing and I'm able to go back to 2000 and I guess it was 2012 when I started using Android and pull up everywhere that you went, every voice to text, all that stuff is on there. That's ridiculous. Why do they need all that for that long?
But you and I were just talking about the difference between
okay. Now look.
Google now.
Wait, Will, let him talk.
Go ahead.
And Apple, the Siri search. Okay. Now, I was just telling you, I'm trying to use Siri more because somebody says you got to give Apple a chance. Anyway, so I'm trying to use Siri more, and I asked it some basic stuff, and it all it was is giving me websites. And if I wanted a website, I'll just go www. whatever. I'll break open.
Siri is terrible at that stuff.
Right. So the only way we get the feature that we can is we have to give up some of this information.
Nope. Mike, think about it. To get Google to be able to answer your question, Google has to know where you went every day. Google has to record your question that you asked it from your house. When I'm home and ask Google, what's the temperature in here? It has to record that. There's no way that they can tell me they need that. They don't.
As a programmer for all the years that I was, I could see where if I were setting up a system, I might want to keep all that information. Yes, it's kind of ridiculous, but any information I have about the person who I'm serving, I may be able to go back and grab something that they said that would add to the experience. Now, do I agree with that? Probably not. And I do agree with you, Will, when you said nobody wants to give up all this information. I just don't care. But no, if you gave me the choice, I wouldn't want to. But to get all the services I do, well, here, you can have it all.
Thank God we have a choice. Right. Thank God that off button when you set up a phone is there. Or I know you go back in settings, but your initial setup, you know what I mean? And I think personally, this whole privacy thing, I said it a few weeks ago, I think a privacy thing is nothing but a selling ploy. You're going to hear Tim Cook going to spout about privacy.
And the article did say that, Tim Cook's going to make money off of this too. And they're right,
All right.
Yeah, but all right, you can turn it off, right? Let's say I don't know if Rishi turns everything off.
Well, wait. When you say turn it off, be more specific.
You can set up your phone, and when it starts, you can say, I don't want y'all to search for this, and this, and whatever, right? Now, you go to use maps. The first thing it tells you is you need your
turn on location. Yeah, right? They can't use maps without location.
And then it's doing stuff in the background, which is one of the things that Apple touched on, where the phone is still using Bluetooth or whatever to track you. You know what I mean? So it's never really off, just like they found out the people who, once you turn it off, it still wasn't really off because they bury it.
But you're saying they're using Bluetooth, to track you. Well, Bluetooth can't track you if your GPS is turned off.
Some of the apps, you gotta look at it, George. Some of the apps are still able to track you. That's why Apple just did something on iOS 13 that's supposed to be shutting it down so that those apps get flagged too. Yeah, because even on iOS 13, it's going to start flagging. Even if it's an Apple app, it'll pop up and be like, this app is trying to still locate you. You know what I mean?
Right. But I got to give Tim Cook credit because he did call out, everybody, including himself, I think. So I think he did it right,
I don't know. I don't think it's a selling point as far as if you think like, okay, I want the phone that's not gonna get all my data or whatever, or I want to use the browser, you might use Firefox or Safari because Chrome is the same thing. It's basically collecting your data.
George, collecting everything. Yeah.
Yo, George, when he snaps his fingers, I'm expecting to see apples fly out of his fingers.
Chrome is collecting your data. It's a selling point because the people who are thinking, who might think that way, might say, all right, I'd rather go with the phone who I know is going to protect my data. Google's trying to make it sound like Apple's using it as a selling point now. But if you look at Google's keynote, every word in their thing was privacy, privacy, privacy.
That's true.
Because they're trying to do the same thing with their update.
True.
Their whole update, Mike, I was on the beta.
Google's
update?
Yeah,
the whole update
Android Q.
is adding toggles and switches.
I
so
know
that. You
that.
can put privacy here, privacy there.
So you have more control over your privacy.
So they're trying to catch up. So if Apple's going to use it as a selling point, then everybody's going to do it. But Apple's doing it first, and they should.
I'm still coming to Sicklerville to kick your ass. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. All right, all right. Richie, you should have served him earlier. He had me so annoyed. I almost left. He's only 20 minutes away. I almost went over there.
My road is flooded. No.
Your road. Oh, see, that little purple car goes through that water. Let me tell you.
You got it.
Richie, if you need to get a word in, just jump in because they're not going to stop.
I mean, for me, I don't think privacy could even exist now with all the technology we have.
I agree.
It's just like, what are you trying to fool? Like, are you trying to like? You can't avoid it. I mean, you can't. Something that's not available right now.
Right, and I think Tim Cook, Google. Do you know why they're all talking about this? Because the Congress people are all coming after them, and they know it. That's what's driving all of this, in my opinion.
I mean, we had Facebook talk about they're trying to become more about privacy and stuff.
No, Facebook. Nobody believes Facebook.
Yeah, but they make money off of our data.
Yeah, the same way Google does.
So how
Google's just more upfront about than Facebook is.
But just like they said, just like Louis Rossman said in his video, Mike, if you're anybody that's giving you something for free, you're not the consumer anymore. You're the product because they're using all your data to sell you stuff. So even you can go back to when Apple wouldn't unlock the terrorist guy's phone or whatever. You know what I mean?
That poor terrorist. He never got a break.
If their stance is tough on keeping your stuff private, that should be a good thing instead of saying instead of saying you should be like even though Google Assistant is great because it can tell me what was in my email and all that stuff that it knows before you even do it. You should be like, I wanted to be able to do that without having to hoard my data for years. It's got my data going back 7 years. They should be able to figure out a way to do it without doing that.
Yeah.
Or when you go to a website on Chrome, you see something that you searched about on Facebook popping up on. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Now, Gary Brown says Facebook is a joke. They know what I'm looking for before I look for it. And Facebook is the worst by far.
Privacy might not be private, private, but you should have some sense of privacy. The web and all that, your searches and stuff that you bought shouldn't follow you around forever. That's crazy.
Wait a minute. Right now, I'm going to tell you, I want to open up some sites, look at some of the stories we're talking about. And I've been shopping for some stuff. And right away, the stuff I've been shopping for is still there. Okay?
Sure.
Now,
they know what you've been looking for.
Right.
So, you know what the problem is? The problem is that the people in Congress, they're not really that tech savvy.
They don't know crap.
And now they want to do something about it, but they don't understand like how everything works.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
And I can tell you from somebody who's worked with government contracts and FBI stuff, these Congress people are going to listen to anything any so-called expert tells them, and they could lie to them because the Congress people know crap about tech. And that's part of our problem here when they're going to pass laws. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's crazy I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, that's their business model or whatever, the way Google does it, but I don't really agree with it.
Gary
All right.
Brown says that's
What?
why I log out of Chrome to look for my porn.
They're still probably tracking you, man. They're still probably tracking you.
Yeah,
You know,
They know exactly what you like,
Yeah.
bro.
You got to go in the incognito browser, Gary.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
But
good.
yeah, Mike, I
But
mean,
I
Siri's
say,
dumb.
yeah.
Siri's dumb to a point. Like for me, the same way I use Google Assistant rarely. Like I told you, I used it the other day to do the set up the reservation or whatever.
Mhm.
But I don't ask it crazy questions. Like I'll ask Siri a sports score or who won the game or make an appointment, send a text message, stuff like that, and it does it. But that's the same thing that I ask Google Assistant. So I don't, you know what I mean? And if Siri gives me a web address or whatever, I'll just go to my phone. To me, the little bit of extra 2 seconds that I'll save by having Google read me the thing isn't worth Google having to have all that information. To me, like that little bit of convenience ain't worth it.
So it sounds like we're kind of in agreement that if nobody wants to give away all his data, but it sounds like Rishi and Will was like, we don't want to give all his data away. Mike is kind of in the middle, and I'm the trusting
George is like,
one,
Google can have anything they want.
I just don't give a crap. There's nothing I have to hide. There's nothing that you can look at about me that I care if you see.
I turn it on. I turn it on and use all the features that Google has, and I would consider using Siri more if.
So would I.
If
it was any smarter.
If it was just not smarter, I would say, just some of the basic things. Like I said, I asked for a question. I forget about a Dunkin' Donuts. I think I asked closest Dunkin' Donuts, and it says it pops up the website.
Yeah,
and then
answer my question.
Mike,
just say
I think you told me that, and I asked it the same thing, and it gave me a Dunkin' Donuts. So I don't know what you did different.
No, but you said it gave you. Did it answer you, or did it give you a site?
It popped up and was like, here's the Dunkin' Donuts. Is this the one you mean? And I said no. It switched and said, how about this one? You know what I mean? It went through the cards and showed me. So I don't know what Mike did different.
Give me a sec. We can test this right here, right now.
All right, go ahead, George.
Tell me the nearest Dunkin' Donuts. Just gave me locations that didn't tell me craps. If I asked,
what did you do, George? Yours didn't even speak.
No, it didn't speak at all. That's Mike's problem.
No, I don't know. You must have something turned off. Look, hey
Mike
Siri,
has the same issue I'm having.
Where's the nearest Dunkin' Donuts?
The nearest one I see is Dunkin' on Route 42 in Blackwood.
See?
Okay. All right. So you have it set differently than Mike and I, obviously. Now, of course, it only answers apple juice, people, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all do different. I don't know what y'all do different over there.
Well, I'm just
in New Jersey, y'all ask Siri questions different.
Yeah, thanks. But wait a minute. Now, getting back to Rishi's side is that he turns everything off, and you don't trust nobody. Do you use Google Assistant at all?
Oh yeah, I mean, like once you first boot up the phone, like all those there's a couple questions.
Right.
There's a couple questions. The one for the location, I can't turn that off because it's essential to pretty much everything. Google Assistant and Google Maps and stuff like that. But it's just like those random times where like a phone company would just take your information and just relate to themselves and try to like see how the phone is working and how you're using it and stuff like that. That I'm not really too fond of because you don't know what kind of information you're actually taking. So that was my thing.
Okay.
You probably don't know what kind of apps you're using, all this other stuff, and
see,
I don't really care, but you don't really need to know that.
I understand. I'm not going to give my credit card and my social security number.
Exactly.
Bad enough I do it now when I have to purchase something, or I have to ask, if I'm doing something online to get a line of credit on something. Bad enough I got to do it there. They promise it's going to be secure. But if I want to live in the dark ages, I'm Excuse me, I'm not going to
Listen
do
to
it.
him laugh.
Yeah, what are you snickering there?
He's
just
laughing
laughing
because
'cause
you
it's
said they
funny.
promised that it's secure.
Right. I have to trust their word.
No, you
Don't.
don't.
But
Okay.
nothing's secure
Then-
right now.
Well, then you would never
Nothing.
enter a credit card online for anything. You got to trust somebody's word if you're going to buy
Yeah.
anything online.
So that's, I always say though too is that there's those people that don't want to get totally, I mean, I'm not knocking Rishi there, but I'm just saying don't want to get involved with it, or they're afraid to. The stuff has its purpose. It has its services for a reason. You know what I mean? You got to give it a try. And now they're knowing that we're watching. I guess in a way they're sort of patrolling their own self.
And they're trying to because they know Congress is doing it.
Right.
That's why.
And yes, and still leaves a question: are they giving us the full range? And I'm talking Google, because Apple's been talking about privacy before Google did. That's how I can remember.
And Apple does privacy better than Google does at the moment.
Right.
And Google is trying to play catch up.
Every time I hear the word privacy, man, it's just a big joke. You guys know about that breach with the credit card, the company that checks our credit card scores and stuff?
Yeah.
How much millions of people have their social security numbers exposed and stuff?
Exposed, yeah, that's true.
Everything's a joke. You don't even have to have a smartphone to get your stuff, just stolen. It's just everywhere that has our data. They're susceptible to hackers and attacks, and it's just the way it is.
But in their defense, they're not susceptible to hackers because they're not trying to do a great job of protecting it. It's just that often hackers are smarter than anybody they've got. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, I think there's this FBI agent. He said you could bury a computer into the ground like 10 feet and cover it up, and I bet you someone can still hack it. Like,
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Nothing is unhackable. So
exactly,
it's something you just gotta live with in today's world.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you can't blame the companies for
the hacker.
For the hacker, yeah. Now maybe you can blame the companies for not putting as much security as they can around it. But a smart hacker, he's going to find a way to get through that security.
But the problem is you have these companies obtaining too much data. Like how much data?
Yeah, and that's where you and Will are right. Yeah, that's where you and Will are right.
Like, that's the thing. My thing with Google is, all right, you can, if I do a search or whatever, and now they're saying that you can do it, that you can do the search, and then you can time it to delete your information or whatever. But if I don't do that, why wouldn't y'all do it voluntarily? Like, why are you just keeping it? For what? That's crazy.
Yeah. So your biggest issue is them keeping as much.
They're keeping it. Like, yeah, they're keeping everything. And then look at the big thing for the Pixel 4 is, the searches and all that stuff is going to be happening on the device, because I'm pretty sure as it is now, you do a search, yeah. So but then that's just going to be the Pixel 4. If you go use a Pixel 3 or a Note 9 or whatever, you're in the same situation.
Yeah, but keep something in mind now. If that's successful, if people really feel like their data is being kept on their device and not going out anywhere, you can bet there's going to be pressure for every other phone company to do the same thing. And my guess is that'll come pretty fast.
But George, we already know the pixels don't count.
The pixels don't count, but my point is, if privacy is the big deal, all the other phone companies are going to have to do it. That's the point.
I don't know. Unless Google says
involved, man.
Unless Google says y'all have to do it. We see how updates go with Google. We see how
it's not going to be Google that says you have to do it. It's going to be Congress that says if you don't do it, you're not selling a phone in this country. Then everybody will do it.
George, you see how our government is? See how long that takes.
That's the problem, is because of money. Everyone can get bought out, and then everyone would do anything to actually get the money in. So,
well, not everybody will do anything, but the companies are in business for a profit.
Once you reach that 1%, like you get there because you're just, you have to have like a hunger for money and stuff.
That's true.
Once you get that hunger for it, you can't stop yourself. So
I would think, but I would think you could balance it with a certain amount of decency and some kind of morality. And I believe some people do and some people don't. I mean, maybe you're more jaded than me. I don't know. You know.
I'm in the New York City area. There is no such thing as morality, man.
Hey, Rishi, I was raised in Hudson County just like you, except Hudson County was run by the mafia when I was raised there. So it was a little bit more corrupt than what you've seen. Okay, we used to have bodies floating around. People would just disappear. I mean, so it's not as bad as that now.
I mean, you might not see what's going on from the outside, but from the inside, I'm pretty sure there's stuff going on.
Yeah, that's true. It sounds like you don't trust anybody to do anything good, and that's where we differ.
No, based on what I've seen, no, hell no, I don't trust.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Rishi, straight up.
Go ahead.
Do you trust yourself to do anything good at any time?
That's why I feel alone in this world, man.
Oh, okay. So you're saying you're the only good one and nobody else?
This is crazy.
You're saying you're the only good one and nobody else is?
Oh, no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there aren't enough good people out there to make the right decision.
I can buy that. Yeah. So ultimately, you got to trust some small amount of people. I would think. I would hope. You know.
But George, you look at all the people up on top. They got there not because they were nice. They got there because they were hungry for it, for power.
And they worked hard for it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and they worked hard for it. I don't think every one of them got there because they did something dirty to somebody. I think they got there because they worked really hard to get there. Yeah. And you're right, the hunger for the money is what drove.
No. They got there, but they didn't get there on themselves. They got there because they had workers, the middlemen, the people down below working hard.
Except that there are exceptions to that you and I both know of right this second. How did MKBHD get to make as much money as he made? He did that by himself. How did Unbox Therapy
but he's
12 million subscribers? He did that by himself.
We're talking about CEOs.
My point is, these people make a lot of money, Reese. These people make a lot of money, and they did it by themselves.
Yeah, but he's small fish compared to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the CEOs and stuff.
I know you're talking about the 1%.
Oh, he'll be a big fish someday.
All I'm saying is there are people who, number one, who've done it by themselves, and number two, yes, most people it's with other people, but it's not like they weren't rewarding their people as they went along too. So everybody benefited getting there. At least that's how I see it.
Wait, you telling me that you could become a billionaire just with a small team?
No, I'm telling you that as you get bigger, the team gets bigger and you're rewarding people. And yes, that's how you become a billionaire. That's how a lot of people become billionaires, I believe. Yes, and I do agree. There are some people who did it, who stepped on everybody they could step on, but I don't think that's the majority. That's just my opinion.
I don't know.
We're down to philosophy of life at this point.
Nah, I'm talking about something different, man. You're talking about something else different too, man. I'm talking about something different. I'm talking about the billionaires, man. The billionaires.
What about people in the bottom working minimum wage? Honestly, that's what you're saying?
Saying what?
You don't think any billionaire got there honestly?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they didn't get there on their own right now.
No. Of course they had to work with other people. They had teams of people working for them. I'll buy that. That makes sense.
I mean, it's like a pyramid. You got people working underneath you.
Yes, I agree.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's how it should be.
We're getting off track, man. Let's talk about the OnePlus 7 Pro, man. I haven't even really gotten time to even, really play around with this thing, man.
Really?
I know. You don't touch it for a couple of days. Okay, I'm with you there.
Like, the only time I use it is just to, just check the time and stuff. But
he said he don't want to drop
and stuff. The camera's pretty good. I think I got it at the right time.
Pretty good?
I
think it's better than pretty good now.
Yeah, I mean, when you guys first got the phone, you guys said the camera was good. And I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, get the hell out of here, man. I can't even, is it even in focus? Like, it really didn't look good when everyone first got it.
Okay, mine looks okay to me.
But after the update, that's when things started to look pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's after the update, to me, it's getting real close to the best ones out there, in my opinion.
And I think OnePlus is working on, like in the lab, they call it some kind of new HDR experience.
Right.
So it might be they're trying to maybe make it better than Google. They're doubling down on the software. So we'll have to see where that ends up.
I agree with you. I admire OnePlus tremendously, especially since this phone came out.
Yeah, look at how many updates they've been pushing.
Yeah,
you can't say that about any other company. Like every week we'd be getting like these major upgrades, trying to like make the phone experience better and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yo,
Mike, are you gonna get a OnePlus 7 Pro?
No, because you know what OnePlus did? They made a damn good OnePlus 6. I can't let this go. I love this phone. I like the phone. I can't let it go. I can't. And they didn't make a red one. If they made a red one, it would have been tough. Okay.
I was going to say, Mike, you're allowed to own a OnePlus 6 and a OnePlus 7 Pro at the same time.
I know that.
Okay.
Well, I no. No, I like that phone too much, and I wanted to see. The thing is too, I wanted to see how well they support the phone beyond. Now, I give them props though. They threw out Pi to the OnePlus 3 and a 3T, right?
3T, that's right.
And how old is that phone now?
The 3T, that's 2 years old now. Yeah.
Oh, is it only 2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. It's 3 years old now. Sorry.
Okay. So they've gone beyond the usual 2-year lifespan.
Yeah, I think so.
It's 3 years old?
Oh yeah, I'm going to go look it up right now.
There was no OnePlus 4, right?
No, they didn't like the number 4. Some of that the 4 they didn't care for.
Yeah.
So, I
maybe you're right, Jordan. It's just like maybe 2.5, something like that.
I can't let this one go. I like the size because this is bigger. I mean the 7's a bigger phone, is it not, than the 6?
Yes,
yeah, it's way bigger.
Quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, so like when I'm holding back to my my OnePlus 6T, it actually feels a lot, lighter and nicer in the hand. This one feels like a little bit more like a Galaxy Note 9 and whatnot.
Okay.
But it's a lot more premium. You're getting the dual speakers, the better camera, and some extra stuff. I still gotta play around with this, man.
Whose case is that?
This is Rinky.
Okay.
Rinky case, yeah.
Yeah.
George,
I think Nigel has the same case.
November 2016, the 3T.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right here. Yeah. Okay, so it's 2.5 years old.
I want to see how this. I want to see how well it fares, and it's almost like, if I didn't have this phone on the jump program, I would have kept this phone beyond it. So,
okay. So you wouldn't have jumped off.
Yeah, I wouldn't jumped off. Yeah, exactly.
Gary said OnePlus is like a drug dealer. They give you the 3T for cheap, get you hooked on Oxygen OS, and then when the 7 Pro came out, now you can't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I love this phone. I have to admit, I'm reading my comments on it, but I love this device, I have to say. And I think this is just my opinion. I think OnePlus is more dedicated to supporting this phone than any phone they've had up to now, and I think they're doing a great job with it. Just me,
They have to for $700.
So
it's a lot cheaper than some of the others.
So Rishi,
but you can't use that as an excuse that it's cheaper than the other people.
No, but you say they have to for $700. There are people doing $800 phones that aren't supporting them half as well.
Yeah, but they're a big company though. So Samsung, Samsung is like whatever. If
But Rishi, you're acting like you just broke the phone open. I mean, what were you using before?
No, he's put a lot of videos out on it already.
Right. But okay, you sound like you didn't get a chance to dive into the phone that much.
I mean, like to really, like experiment with some certain new features and whatnot. I tried Zen mode. It works. But I don't know what else to say. Like, what else is? I still gotta do some more research.
But the fact that you got the job, you got your second job around the same time you got that phone, didn't you? Yeah. So like, so that's restricting you to some degree.
And do you have the Pixel 3A or Pixel 3A?
XO. Yeah, I'm recording with it right now.
Okay. And comparing the two, what do you find? What's the thing that
he made a great statement on Twitter about that today or yesterday, Rishi?
I think it was like probably yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said the Pixel 3A XO is like the Tesla, and this is like a Lamborghini.
Lamborghini, I've never seen that. Yes. Yeah. Now I've never seen that.
That was pretty good.
Because like honestly, like if you have a business line, the Pixel 3A is like it's a budget device. I like the call screening on it. There's so many spam calls I've been getting, and to be able to just hit that call screen button, and have Google take care of it. That's a breath of fresh air. And for this one, it's just like you want to go out with your friends, family, whatnot. You want something fancy, something nice, or maybe you just want to sit down, watch a Netflix movie. This is probably the best viewing experience I've had on a smartphone. Like with the screen, and everything, it's beautiful, it's big, pretty cool. So usually every weekend now I've been just pretty much testing out the camera, that HDR feature. You take some
wicked good pictures at night. Some of those night shots you were getting of your.
Well, it helps if you have a beautiful girlfriend too.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's one perks of having a nice girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been a good sport lately. I know for a while she wasn't too keen on being a model for you. What was she?
I can remember. When she was in running a live stream, she didn't seem crazy about it, but she's been helping you like crazy.
Yeah. I know. I ordered one for that, but like I've been grateful for it. I'm probably gonna take her on a date tomorrow, but I guess that's one of the perks of having a supermodel as your girlfriend.
There you go.
I like how you call her a Kardashian. That was good.
That's what he called her?
Did you call her the Kardashian, right? What are you calling her that?
Yeah, she's a Kardashian.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
I think she's above that.
Wow, George.
Just me. I'm not a fan. Okay.
George doesn't like them.
Not a bit. Not even a little bit.
I mean, they're pretty much everywhere. All these little girls and stuff, they're freaking growing up watching Kardashians, trying to be like them. So it is what it is. Wait, how are we I'm talking about the Kardashians on a tech channel?
Hey,
she was a model.
Mike started this.
She was your model for using your OnePlus 7 Pro.
Yeah, so you guys like the pictures and stuff?
Yeah, very, very much. Yeah, you're doing a great job.
I had someone tell me that he prefers to have like all that detail in your face on the portrait mode.
Right.
But OnePlus, they actually hired like this, this big time photographer to actually do the to direct the software programmers on how to create the portrait mode. Yeah. And so there is a softening effect on the skin. Right. But I'm thinking like if you are taking a portrait, you don't want to see all the fine details. Or what do you guys think?
I think that's a very good idea.
I mean, I guess they could. I think they should let you turn it off.
Those pictures that you put from Jersey City yesterday by the harbor, or by the river.
Yeah, I think that last weekend. Yeah.
I thought you went out yesterday or something.
No. That was from last Friday. I don't have time, man. I just
anyway, they look great to me.
Yo, that was pretty impressive. I swear to God, I did not expect this phone to take that kind of a picture. Like when I first saw it, I was like, holy shit. I gotta post this.
And that's what I find though too, Rishi, on the OnePlus 6. It's been, I don't know if you saw, I try to post as much as I can, especially when I was on vacation, using it. And I let the watermark in there to show. Just some of the photos I was able to take were I was surprised how great it was able to take great pictures. And it was better at night or dark, low light than the iPhone. So okay. I'm checking some of your photos out now too. I just yeah.
Yo, but here's the thing about OnePlus, like they become overhyped. And when people get the product and they compare it with like a Samsung S10 or something, then they're like, oh, it's not that great. And then it becomes underrated. So that's every time OnePlus comes out with the device, that's what I see.
Yeah, but Richie, I think that was true until the OnePlus 7 Pro. Because
Say
you
what?
put it next to an S10, half the time it's going to beat the S10.
What? For real?
I
You
think
think
so.
so? I don't know.
I've got an S10 sitting right here, and I've got a Pixel sitting right here.
I think at the price that they come in now, this is what they get for that price. You know what I mean? I think before it was kind of hyped up and people would excuse stuff, but now you can't because it's
No,
just
you can't. And I think OnePlus knows that, and they're easily living up to that price, I think.
But you gotta think about it too. Like, look at the OnePlus 6T. Like, they made the phone as cheap as possible to sell to us. So then you add, a bigger screen, you add more cameras, you add dual speakers, you add all these extra things, and that adds up to about an extra $100.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So it's not like, you want them to actually sell phones at a loss and then you cut back on, software updates, cut back on this, cut back on that. Because the entire experience about OnePlus is the software. It's fast as hell, and you get your software updates pretty quick, faster than Samsung and LG and stuff. So.
Yeah, and let's not start comparing cost to profit ratio, because we all know what phone makes the phone cheap and raises the price 10 times above that. Yeah, we all know who that
that's
is.
right. Google. Google. Because I know last year
I nailed the apple juice. I like that.
When I spent my $1,000 on my Pixel 3a last year, I could have. I'm sure they made a $700 profit on that camera because that's all I bought.
Did you hear what you said? You spent $1,000 on a Pixel 3a.
Yeah, that's what I got last year, a 3a.
A 3a, and I got this 3a for $399.
No. He's
the same phone.
Smarty now.
All you're buying when you get the Pixel is the camera.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but mom is back in the room, and there was a reason why I mentioned about before. I have an announcement.
Okay.
And
I know what it is too, and Mike finally did the right thing.
Don't.
Well, wait, what is it? What is it?
I'm not gonna say, but I figured it out.
What is it?
I'm smarter than Google Assistant. Come on.
Well, Mike, don't leave us sitting here in suspense.
All right. Well,
I know what it is. Come on, Mike.
I got mom an
Make sure
iPad.
you get the pencil.
I got mom an iPad.
iPad Mini, you mean?
Mini, yes.
You finally
iPad
did
Mini.
the right thing.
I think that's awesome.
Okay, I don't know, Mom, you there?
Did she just find out? She just found out, right?
No, I gave her to her last night.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a surprise.
No.
So she's used it already.
Yeah,
Smart move, Mike. Smart move.
Yeah, Mike, open it up. I'll read the comment. Yeah, so I got Mom an iPad Mini, and it's a refurb, and I couldn't go wrong. I mean, I got it for like $265 for it. So I thought it was a great deal. Oh, it came from Apple, which Will. I made a trip. I made a trip to the Apple Castle in Cherry Hill.
And you didn't take Adam's phone, huh?
No.
Well, don't worry. You can go to Best Buy. No.
So mom's on the apple juice for a little bit, but when the verdict is out, I told her if she's not happy with it, she's got to pipe up and say I don't want it, and she's not going to hurt my feeling, and she can always go back to Android. She had a little trouble. She's still having some adjustment to it. She really took the Android tablet and the Android a lot better than I thought. So
now Will has corrupted your mom. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. I blame Will on this anyway.
Mike, you got her going now. Now you got to get her an iPhone, and you got.
That's what Adam said.
You got to get her locked in
Adam
now.
said the same thing. Says, "Well, the iPhone ain't far behind."
You got to get her. You got to get her an iPhone.
Yeah.
Will, can you see that Carol's going to be more high tech than Mike pretty soon?
Oh man, yeah, right. You gotta get her the pencil, Mike. All right, now we got to get Pat. Pat is next.
See what she said?
Pat is next. Yes, you are. You got to be next, Pat. Once you try it, you'll never go back. You'll never go back.
Yeah, but do you hear him? Now we got to get back. He sounds like a Sith Lord or something.
Yeah. Pat's just constantly saying no. The comments and
Mike, you didn't tell her how to make the print bigger.
I tried. I'm gonna have to work on it. How do you make it? I tried. I couldn't make it bigger print.
Go to
I did.
settings
And I
and
look for font.
Yeah, Mike, you're gonna have to hire Will as a consultant for your mom.
display. I forget, but it's in there. It's the same way you do it on your iPhone.
I'm gonna set it up, and I'm gonna give her your number so this way you two can iMessage each other.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then she'll never go back to Android.
See, Will's mom. Mom, I'm gonna say this. There's your Apple support right there.
Mike, go to display and brightness, and it's right there. It says text size.
Well, I'm gonna have to go and change.
There's a slider.
Is it? No, I
Yeah.
did. And some of this stuff isn't getting large. I don't know. I'll have to get you.
What is she using the iPad Mini for, anyways?
Say it again, Rishi.
What is she using the iPad Mini for?
She loves playing all kinds of games, and I'm trying to get her to use it more to communicate with and watch. Well, she's probably watching the stream tonight right now on that. So
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it also for a very creative person, or am I not understanding, Will?
What happened?
Isn't an iPad for a very creative person too? I would have thought.
I mean, she can use she can use what's it called? iMovie and all that, and she can draw on it. If Mike gets it, I don't know, Mike, did you get the one? I don't know if that one can use the pencil or not, but
no, I know she got the 4. I got
okay.
She didn't know, what's wrong with her tablet. Well, the biggest thing with her tablet is so she had so many apps on there that was killing the memory. You know how, and she was having also where she was playing a game and it would just drop the app.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know why you got her an Android tablet.
It was free. It was free. Okay.
They do that.
Yeah, you can't beat that deal.
They do that some.
It was free.
Sometimes.
It was free from T-Mobile. All I had to do was agree to the line for 2 years.
Yeah, sometimes when they have extra paperweights and stuff, they give them out.
They have extra paper.
Well, to be honest with you, they have another a free tablet deal, and I looked it up and it wasn't worth it. It was not worth getting it.
They give you a free tablet and you end up paying more than the tablet's worth.
See what Mom said, guys. See what Mom said.
Oh, man. I'm technically challenged.
Yeah.
Challenge.
iPad is very easy.
Why Will should be your consultant, Carol. Even though I thought you'd never be corrupted by Will, but I forgive you.
Yeah.
Pat is next, Mike. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well,
now, since it's coming up in the comments, I think we should talk about RCS.
Yeah.
Well, this is my favorite thing when I was still had hope for that nonsense. Rishi, what do you think about RCS, Rishi?
What is RCS?
That's why I asked him. That's why I asked him, because I knew he didn't even know.
You need to explain to people what RCS is.
I knew he didn't even know what it was. That's why I asked him, George, because that's where it's going. It's nothing.
Okay,
RCS is supposed to be like not iMessage, but it's supposed to make Android messaging better, where you'll be able to send.
Isn't it kind of Google's answer to iMessage?
Well, I don't even think Google made it. I think Google is the ones pushing it. Like, it was already getting put, they were already trying to put it out. Google's just like in the front trying to make it be something for the past. Was it been 2 years? They're like, it's like their way of being able to send a larger file or having typing indicators. And it was supposed to come out, I think, 1.5 years ago, or it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Google was waiting on the carriers to all agree. And so right now, how it is if you have a Pixel, if you have a Project Fi with, I think you have to have one of Google's phones, like one of the 5 phones, you can use it with Sprint. And I think who is it? Verizon, you can use it on like the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 3. T-Mobile lets you use it on a couple Samsung phones, but not the Pixel 3A because it's T-Mobile and they're the uncarrier. And Sprint lets you use it on any phone.
Wait, what'd you just call AT&T?
AT&T doesn't have it at all.
Oh, okay.
They're the smartest ones. They're like, we'll just stay away from it altogether. But it's supposed to be good. I used it a couple times. It's not that great, but it's better than what Android has now. But the problem is you can't use it cross carrier, and there's still like weird limits, like as far as size goes when sending a video.
I say RCS is jacked up here to state.
It's dead.
You can thank the carriers.
But what Google is saying they're doing now is they're gonna just bypass the carrier and let you do it as long as you have the Google messaging app. But
and you have to opt in.
Yeah, you got to opt into it. But then they already kind of backtracking, George, because they were like, if the carriers have a problem or something, they said they'll be there to. So if the carriers are like, yeah, we don't like it, I'm sure Google's going to be like, oh, okay, we'll backtrack and take it off of AT&T or whoever.
Then the whole point of them saying they're taking over is ridiculous.
The other countries are going to have it. It probably won't happen here because the carriers are going to interfere again. It's pointless, man. It's pointless. Just like Rishi said, what is RCS? Google should have did this a long time ago, and that's why messaging is terrible on Android.
Yo, the Apple Illuminati does not want Android to get that universal app, man.
Well, that would make sense.
The Apple Illuminati.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And by the way, folks,
been trying.
RCS stands for Rich Communication Service.
Yo, the things I don't understand is that when Apple removes the headphone jack, other Android manufacturers they didn't want to do it, but then they end up doing it.
Yeah.
And
including OnePlus.
Apple gets the notch, they end up getting the notch as well.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Because if Apple doesn't do it, it's like it doesn't matter. Like NFC.
Yeah, who needs a notch though? Like who needs a notch? I had the Pixel 3a XL, no notch, and this phone is just freaking awesome.
I think Google was like, they put that camera in there, and that was their excuse for the notch because they kind of, I don't know if they want it to look like an iPhone because they think that's the thing to do. I don't know. That was like the big thing.
But yeah, that was their excuse for the notch. That's true.
Like, why put it? That's the thing. Like, and Google did it so dumb.
I agree. I agree with Jason.
The carriers are greedy.
Yeah.
Why would you put such a big notch and you don't even have face unlock? Like, that's crazy. Like, you took
Jason said the carriers are greedy and want leverage and still charge for messaging, and that's true.
But here we don't pay for messaging.
That's true.
But Jory, okay, look, that's how crazy it is. We don't pay for messaging here, right? So the carrier really doesn't make nothing off of us for messaging, but they want to control it. But in the other countries where they pay for it, they already started rolling out this new Google thing.
Yeah,
it's backwards.
But they pay for the messaging. You said
the other countries pay for it. That's why some of them use. Most people use WhatsApp or
they use WhatsApp because they don't have to pay for that.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know. I say, don't forget, at one time, I don't know, it's been a while, but remember some of the phones that were all out? And they had, and Verizon was the biggest one, they wouldn't allow certain features in some of the flagship phones?
No, but I haven't had a Verizon phone since the 90s.
The carriers take stuff out of the phone.
Yes, they do.
So, I haven't had a Verizon phone since before they were called Verizon. Let's put it that way.
Well,
Mike, I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll be right here.
You guys want me to give you guys a quick tutorial on the OnePlus 7 camera?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
All right, I'm just gonna go drive up to the skyline real quick.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys can talk in the meantime.
All right. Don't text and drive now.
No, I ain't gonna text.
So,
as Flossie would say, talk amongst yourselves.
No. So, George, what's this one article here about talking about OnePlus 7? OnePlus 7 Pro sells 10 times better than the Galaxy S10 Plus in China?
Yes, I gather it does. Yeah, here it is. It is dominating. Okay, I'll take that one.
Right.
This article is from GSM Arena. The title: OnePlus 7 Pro selling 10 times better than the Galaxy S10 Plus in China. To say that the OnePlus 7 Pro is a success in China would be an understatement. The phone is enjoying the limelight and is apparently outselling rival Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus on Chinese soil by a factor of 10. Well, that's a lot. It's outselling the Samsung by 10 times. The obvious difference in price between the two handsets surely comes into play here, as the OnePlus 7 Pro is $359 cheaper. I'm putting it in our money than the S10 Plus, even though the S10 Plus boasts 256 gigabyte storage compared. Oh, the Pro has 256 storage, where the S10 Plus only has 128. Also, a month ago, when the phone was launched in China, it sold out in a matter of minutes, and the company was left with inefficient stock. The demand was so high that OnePlus had to redistribute supply in other markets to meet Chinese users' interest. So they are really outselling. What that says to me is they got to be outselling everybody in China.
Everybody. I mean, that's a huge gap.
10 times? That's a big deal.
That is. That's crazy. I never would think. And what do you think it's making it sell so? Oh,
I think the bottom line is this is by far the best phone they've ever made, and it shows. It shows in the quality of the phone. It shows in the quality of the display. It shows in the quality of the cameras. That's my opinion. You know, and I have the 6T. You have the 6, but it's selling like that because they've never made a phone anywhere close to this before, and they are there with the big boys now. And
right now,
and Chinese people obviously like that quality for $350 less than the S10 Plus. You know, and so would I, and so do I. You know.
Yeah. Now it's somebody said. I thought specs was a big deal.
Specs, yeah, I think the specs are the, they kind of, I think over there they like the large amount of RAM and the,
And they like big phones, and this is a big phone. Yeah. So I think there may be a lot of reasons.
That much bigger?
Rishi walked down by the river to actually take some pictures, so he's going to give us a little tutorial on the OnePlus.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
I guess he must be close to what do you call it, park.
Now, Mike, since I guess we kind of glossed over it. You talked about the tablets. Did we done with Google?
No, with the tablet, it's just a shame. It's just a shame that you can't get a tablet like this one here, this quality tablet like this one that can really kick their butt. You know what I mean? See, Google never really took it seriously. They never took it seriously.
Well, you know what? It wasn't just Google though, because Google is out of the tablets, and Android, I think the developers for Android don't take the tablets serious, and that's probably.
I think you're right.
It's probably Google's fault, though.
Right.
Now, how did Google? Is everything Google's fault?
No, but Google.
But I have to agree with them.
Look, George. Google put out the tablets, right? I think their tablet, the first one was pretty big, and then when the developers didn't make their apps scale to the right size, Google made the tablet smaller. Like, why would you do that? Make them make the apps. You know what I mean? Force them to
make it develop.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can don't start making smaller tablets. Keep making the tablets big so that they see, okay, they're not just gonna shrink down to what, you know what I mean, to a 7-inch tablet.
People, you can't force them to do what you want.
Force them, George. You can force them to update their apps to, you know what I mean, to make it fit. If they're doing it with notch displays and all that and folding screens, they're making they're forcing the companies to make the apps adapt to the changing of the thing. How are you going to put out a tablet that starts off big and then shrink it because the black bars are too big? That's crazy.
Is that what was happening? Is that what was happening with them?
That was like the start of their tablets was it looked like you were just using a big phone, like the apps, It's like Instagram on iPad, they never made an iPad version of it. So if you use Instagram on an iPad, you got the huge black bars.
And Instagram has issues on other devices too, and they have had for a long time. That's true. Yeah.
Well, everybody talks about there not being the apps weren't being optimized or being, updated.
Yeah.
and I the whole system wasn't really being encouraged to do anything.
I agree. And keep in mind, Samsung made more tablets than anybody else. Well, their tablets, don't sell anymore either.
You know,
See, Samsung doesn't update their tablet because they don't care.
Samsung doesn't update anything if they don't have to.
And be perfectly honest, that it was tempting. That was my biggest struggle, was spend $270 or I think it was on the mom's tablet, or get a free one, or spend a few bucks, a couple bucks on a Samsung tablet,
right?
That maybe had some good specs to it. They were also having a promo for half price on the Tab S4. S4. Had the stylus pen. It was, but it was a little bit bigger than I wanted to get. But it was just the whole thought of it. In 2 years, I'll be back at this again. I won't argue the point. I won't argue.
And that's where you were smart to get an iPad mini.
I won't argue the point that if I can get Mom over the learning curve, then she will have this tablet for a long, long, long time.
And then she will get an iPhone.
All right, Adam. That's
will it be before or after Pat? That's the key.
Mike, just get an iPhone like a 7 Plus. She wants a big phone.
I don't know. The thought came across my mind to get the.
Oh man.
We'll talk about it later, George.
Oh man.
To get her the XR. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that is a great phone.
Yeah, because all she's got to do is look at it.
Believe it.
Yeah, it certainly has a big enough screen.
Yeah, it does. It does, and she doesn't have to do any, no fingerprint gesture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think the Face ID on the iPhone.
My mom really took to Android really, really good.
Right.
And that's the only thing that to go revert her back to Apple is going to be. She was having a little tough go at it before, so I'm concerned. And I talked to her before the show tonight. I said, I know you only had it for a day, but what do you think? And she went over and she basically said, I'm 50-50 right now. So
I can just see Will whispering in the background. Use the force, Carol.
I'm rubbing my hands together, Mike. I'm ready.
Yeah, I know.
It's so easy. You let me talk to her for a half hour. She'll be.
But I know, and the other thing, I know what I was going into. She's got her knee cut open. She's in, she's recuperating. She's got a lot. She was just happy to see us, other than just seeing the nurses. You know what I mean? So I didn't have. I know I'm planning on going back Monday. She'll be coming home Monday. I'm planning on going down to see her. And
how far away is she from you?
She's about 35 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, here's my question. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. This is better she start now, because once that update comes, she might be a little more confused.
Yeah, I know.
Once she learns the update, she's probably going to love it then, wouldn't you think?
I don't know, because I don't know. What does she use it for? What does she use her Android?
Mainly for games, and I.
Oh well, she'll be in heaven then. They got all the games on there.
Right, and I try to get it
through her iTunes gift card.
Yeah, I try to get it through her head. Try to use it because it was the tablet she had was a LTE tablet. So I try to tell her, message me on it. You know what I mean? Instead of picking up your phone and messaging me on that, message me on this. And she couldn't get it through her head that she could use it for that. That's all. So,
when Will said it's so easy, I'm thinking, okay, apple juice, and he's singing the carol. It's so easy to fall in love.
See, I know, George. I know I'm in trouble now because everything. I'm going to just say this: it's Will's fault. It's Will's fault.
George, I'm getting to him. We're going to have Mike converted. Pat's coming.
No,
everybody's getting on the train.
No, Pat ain't going to come.
Yes, she is.
I wonder if we've lost. Oh, here comes Rishi. Okay.
Yo, Rishi, go ahead. What do you got?
Rishi, your sound is off. Okay.
Yo, I am in I'm in Liberty State Park right now.
Okay, good. I knew you were going there.
Mike, you know why she's coming? Because you got to show her the benefits of it. You got her hooked on Android, but as soon as you show her, if all y'all have iPhone, how much better it'll be, she'll love it.
All right, let Rishi show us this camera on the OnePlus.
Actually, I gotta walk a little closer. I think I'm a bit too far right now, but let me show you guys real quick. So I'm recording with the Pixel. So here's the OnePlus 6.
The Pixel's bouncing around a lot.
Just show you guys. So this is what you guys see, but with the triple camera lens. I mean the triple time zoom, whatever it's called.
3 times zoom, yeah.
Yeah.
2.2 times zoom.
Well,
it's actually 2.2, but with the crop, you get about 3.
Yeah.
Probably get a little closer too, but it's pretty good. But for most of my zoom shots, I'm probably just gonna use that 2.2 times zoom. So I'm probably just gonna try and get a lot closer and get like a better shot. That's number one. As for the wide angle lens, it's pretty good as well. Let me show you guys.
Yeah, I love the wide angle lens on that thing.
Hey, I just saw you with that thumb fingerprint sensor. How quicker is that?
Oh,
yeah, it's actually a lot more responsive than the 60. Like, I don't even have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
The thing about the Galaxy S10 and the OnePlus 60 is that you have to think about it. You have to think about how much pressure you're putting. You got to think about the condition of your thumb. Usually, like, if it's dry, you got to, blow some hot air into the screen. Just get some moisture in it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you have the 6. The 6 doesn't have the fingerprint sensor built in the screen. I forgot about that.
Right. Yeah. But TechSpert did a video on it the other day, and he was saying even if your fingers are a little bit wet or a little bit greasy. No, not TechSpert. It was Demir Frank. Even if your fingers are a little bit wet, a little bit greasy, it still works every time.
Wait, the OnePlus 60?
The OnePlus 7 Pro.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. You guys know what kind of technology it is? Is it ultrasonic or is it optical technology?
I believe it's still optical, but it's just way better. Way better.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah,
it's been pouring like crazy. There's like puddles everywhere.
Yeah. I'm checking it out now. You're walking around with the Pixel 3a, huh?
Yeah, that's correct.
You
guys want me to switch phones? I could probably do that. I'm not sure. You guys want me to switch phones?
No.
I just was saying. I just see you. I thought it would be a little bit more stable.
I thought it would be more stable too.
It's probably using the Google Hangouts software, anyways. It's not like if it's using these.
Yeah, because it's not using the camera; it's using.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason Gill says optical. I guess referring to the finger.
It is. That's what I said. I thought it was optical.
Okay.
Yeah.
They keep sending me.
Okay. I'm not trying to be like hard or anything on OnePlus, but with that 2.2, that 3 times optical, zoom gate, whatever you want to call it, they still have 3 times optical on the website.
Okay, yeah, they didn't take that down. I know.
I thought they would take it down by now.
Yeah.
Because you can clearly see the difference when you're zooming in from 2.2 to 3.
Yeah, because
there's a drop in quality.
And maybe that's why they didn't take it down, because you could slide it over with your thumb and you are at 3.
Yeah, but there's a drop.
It's not 3 though.
Only
3 times.
Not 3 when you press the button, but when you slide it, you do go up to 3. As far as I know.
But it's like cropping it. It's not the zoom like they're saying it is.
It's cropping it to get to 3. Yes.
Yeah, it's not true optical zoom. The whole purpose of having optical zoom is that you don't get any loss in quality.
Well, cropping.
You're just blowing up the picture. That's basically.
Yeah, but if they can do it without loss in quality, they can make an argument. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
No, but you're still losing. You're still losing quality when you're cropping in.
Well, you're not losing quality. You're losing some of the picture.
I don't know. I just know
it's not what they said it was. But anyway, Rishi, did you tell George about what happened with the guy who bought the case? The guy who they sent the wrong case. OnePlus sent the guy the wrong case, and they told him. What did they tell him to sell it?
Oh yeah, some guy on Reddit. He said, yeah. So they sent him the wrong case for this OnePlus 60. Right. You have like a 14-day window to return your device.
Right.
So it was like about a month passes by, and then he tells them, you know, you got the wrong case, and they're like, you can't really do anything about it. Well, what you could do is, you know, sell the case and buy the one you want.
Okay. Well, hey, he waited
I know
for a month and a
Will just
14-day
likes
window. That's
Will
kind of
likes the negativity on OnePlus. Will just enjoys the negativity.
because
Will
that's
likes
nah,
negativity
I
because,
on
haven't even told you
anything.
that story.
You
nah,
know that.
listen, that's shady though. Like you sent
not
them the wrong,
shady.
you sent them the wrong case.
Yeah, but
Come
it's a
on now.
14-day window, man.
But he has
It don't
used
matter.
14
Now, if
days.
he's stupid
That's
enough to wait
crazy.
30 days, who's
Yeah,
that on?
you're right.
That's
You're right.
If
You're right.
the case wasn't open, they gonna take it back and they gonna sell it. So it don't matter. It's not like
Yeah, you're right.
he used it or got it dirty or you know. He wasn't trying to rip them off. He was
People
like,
should-
just send me the right case.
People should pay for their stupidity.
What they OnePlus
But
charges you.
that's the price you
OnePlus
pay
charges
when
you
you
like
when you cost
$50.
cutting.
They charge you like $50 to ship a case. Come on.
Yeah,
Well,
but
why-
once you're cost cutting,
why-
the first
why
thing that
don't-
goes is customer service.
By the way, today's video is brought to you by Moto X4. I'm on. You know, the quality's looking pretty good to me, but then again, somebody Rishi pointed out, I guess the Hangouts changes the quality. I guess I don't know.
The quality's looking good.
Nah,
to
you look good, Mike.
Like grandpa eyes too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty good there.
Jason Gill said
Yeah,
OnePlus did something. What did he say? They photoshopped their bezels. I didn't know that.
The bezels, yeah, that's what he said.
Hey, I want to take also a minute. Also, thank everybody who came by the stream. I saw Easy earlier. Thank you so much, Joseph from Forest Tech. Oh, look, Phone Tech at work. Hey, Alan's here.
Alan's in here now.
We forgot. Will forgot to tell people to
Push the
thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Share. Tell everybody. Hit the replay, please. So just wanted to get that out there.
All right, Mike. You want to get to the what else do we have? The Hangouts.
I want to ask
right?
Rishi what other how's that front facing camera with a motor? Has that ever been a concern for you?
I've had no issues, but in the back of my mind, sometimes I do, like, you know, you're extra careful. You don't want to, like, you know, drop the phone or just, you know, bump it or something. Or
now, keep in mind, if you drop the phone, if you're more than about 2 feet up, it's going to retract itself.
Right, listen to this, man. Listen to this. Number one, when you're taking a selfie, you're using one hand. That's number one. Number two, the phone is freaking heavier than the OnePlus 60, and on top of that, it's bigger. So the chances of you dropping it and the chance of it making more damage than the OnePlus 60 is actually increases. So you just gotta be more careful.
That front camera, because that'll be retracted before it hits the ground. That's my point.
They did some tests, and it depends how high.
Okay.
Yeah, MKBHD did a good test. Yeah.
And have you showed your friends the pop-up camera? Were their reaction to it?
Oh yeah, everyone's like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, all my coworkers just thought it was just so cool, you know, which it is.
No, basically what I did was I was like, "Yo, show me where's the selfie camera," and then they couldn't find it, and then I was like, "Watch this," and it just pops up, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, my coworkers same reaction, you know. And Mike, the front camera on is awesome, I think.
Yeah. Reach, did you get the unlock from OnePlus?
Yeah, I bought it straight from OnePlus.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, personally.
I'm not messing with T-Mobile. I know, like,
seems like some of the T-Mobile variants are having some issues.
T-Mobile charges taxes. You're paying more money with T-Mobile. I'm like, screw that.
Yeah. And some of their phones are having some issues, and the unlocked are not.
And I think the updates are slower.
The updates are
it's slower.
Which,
but I'm mad that T-Mobile, you know, they didn't give us a promotion on launch day.
No, they gave
and they don't plan on giving us a promotion, well, based on what I've heard.
Yeah, which surprised me, really.
Yeah, so that's that. So I'm just gonna stick with OnePlus. I'm pretty happy so far. I mean, it's a great phone and everything.
Me too.
No, Will wants me to just pick up a damn iPhone.
I'm laughing at Alan's comments talking to Nigel.
Oh. And I can't see the comments. What are they saying?
Nah, he asked Nigel if he's at the beach.
Oh shit.
In what picture?
I guess his profile picture.
Oh man.
What? The Nigel says share. I know Nigel's great, man. He's always
Nigel's
pictures.
always posting. Yeah,
Posting pictures,
Nigel gets every flagship phone that comes out.
No, Nigel gets every case, every phone, every charger.
I call Nigel
every
the case
headphone.
king. He's the case king. Nigel sends me about 20 pictures a day, I'd say.
Does he really?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's loaded somehow, man.
Yeah, Nigel and I are pretty good friends, so.
Yo, it's a beautiful night out here, man. I'm gonna get some really nice pictures. You guys are gonna see it on Twitter.
All right, cool.
Let me see, Mike. So are we gonna talk about this Hangouts?
Oh yeah. How are we gonna resolve this? I don't know.
Wait! Don't start with the question. First, tell them what you're talking about, Will.
All right, let me find an article on it because I didn't even find one.
Yo, I think Will is happy because then we're gonna have to FaceTime each other. Will wants us to FaceTime each other.
Nah, you can't
On
FaceTime
YouTube.
and do the stream. We're gonna have
On
to
YouTube,
get Mike's brother in. Google is getting rid of the Hangouts on air. Basically, how we're doing. They're getting rid of Hangouts
in general.
But they can get rid of Hangouts. And they could have kept this part, but they're getting rid of the way that we're streaming right now. So you won't be able to do a live stream on YouTube with more than one person this easy.
With Hangouts. So
you're gonna have to
between now and whatever the third quarter or end of the year, whenever they're going to end it, we have to learn a different technology so we can stream, which we will do.
Whenever Google gets ready to turn it off or whatever, they'll be like, "Yeah, we're canceling it." Yeah, but it's crazy that they're doing it. It's stupid, but during the stream they direct you, like while we're on the stream now. If I look at Hangouts, it keeps popping up in the corner. This is going to be going away, and they're directing you to youtube.com/webcam or something to view it that way.
Now,
because George, it's people are using it, so they should leave it.
Okay.
People are using it. It's like another way. It's another way to be.
There's probably
not
a security concern.
You know what I mean? It's not being creator friendly. Like the same thing with the 1,000 subs or whatever. It's like they just, if I was like Mike or whatever trying to get 1,000 and do it, I'd be upset.
Since they came out with that, I know a few YouTubers that have gotten to 1,000 since then. To me, it's kind of expensive.
But George, the thing is, we most of the time it's relatively simple. We just get to hang out on air, and then we share the link out to all of us, and then boom, we're all together. We're all here. It's never a big ordeal. Now we got to learn a completely. I played with OBS long ago when you.
Me too.
And I forget what I was trying to do, go live with something, and it was difficult as all get.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's just it. Now
we may end up using OBS, or we may not. I'm thinking we may find something else in intervening months. But yes, OBS has a tough learning curve.
It is the whole thing. They took something that was a relatively simple feature, and they're still keeping Hangouts. If you read,
they're keeping it. They're keeping it for everybody else.
Well,
they're
keeping
it for businesses and enterprise. Yeah,
right. But they're supposed to. I thought they were still supposed to keep Hangouts,
a version of it. That's what they said in the beginning. They were keeping a version that was going to be different
for the consumers.
Yeah, just including Hangouts in there on the killing part. That's a new decision they made. I guess they must have.
Oh, okay. So is it really? They're really just killing. Are they just completely killing Hangouts completely, guys?
Well, except for enterprise, as far as I know.
Right, except for enterprise. Where I'm talking about the consumer.
Yeah, I think they're just killing it. Google, they might change their mind tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
And be like, never mind, we want to keep it.
Can I
just
post
like Inbox?
Can I post something to you, Mike?
Sure.
That you're going to have to pass on to Adam.
Yeah.
Suppose sometime in the next 2 to 3 months, could you talk Adam into me being there and taking a whole evening or a day or spread it over 2 days and giving a tutorial on how to use OBS to YouTube.
Right. The basics, that's what we need, though.
Well, the basics, as long as we can get us all in the stream.
Right.
And I know Adam knows how to do that.
Right. Yeah. And I keep on deferring at times to Twitch, but still gonna need to learn some kind of format, I guess, to have multiple people come on. Unless I haven't Twitched. My brother always had me on it.
I have no interest in doing it on Twitch because I want to do it on YouTube. Period. That's just me.
Yeah. All right, yo. I don't mean to butt in, but I'm about to go take some photos with the OnePlus 7 Pro.
All right.
So I'm gonna post it on Twitter. So I'll catch you guys maybe later on tonight or something because I gotta work tonight too. So.
All right. Thanks, Richie.
Thanks for having me, man. Hope you guys have a great time. So
catch you guys. Everybody check out Richie's channel.
Have a good weekend.
All right, guys. Peace.
All right. See you.
But yeah, I mean, George, it's I don't know. It's just, to me, it don't make sense. Why would you get rid of it and push people to, like, they know Google's not dumb. They know people use it to stream and people do group streams.
That's my point. Here you are.
What? I'm saying Google's not dumb, but you know what I mean. They're not dumb, but they're dumb because
my point is you, me, Mike, we are people who make, I don't know, $40,000 to $100,000 a year, and you're going to tell me $1 billion company is dumb, and you think you have I'm thinking process.
I don't care. I don't care if Google makes what they're doing. I don't care if Google makes $8 trillion. I don't care if they make $8 trillion. YouTube started because we watch it because we were watching it. That's like saying because they're rich, everything they do is right. No, they just do it. Like they got rid of
saying when ABC has a show that you love to watch and they cancel it, and you should have some say in it. It's the same thing.
I do have say because I watch the show. If I don't watch the show, then they cancel the show. If enough people don't watch it
because you still like it, that's my point. They do that to me all the time. It's the same thing.
But Google has a lot of people who are using this streaming method. For them to just get rid of it is crazy.
They have millions of people who are watching the show too, but they still cancel the show. That's my point.
Yeah, they have it's different
for doing it. I'm sure Google has the same thing.
But Google just closes stuff because they just do it. They start inbox and then they're like, all right, let's cancel it. They start.
Wait. No, they don't start inbox. All right, let's cancel. 2 years later, they canceled.
They canceled it. So all the millions of people who were using it, all the millions of people who were using it, we'll just get rid of it. Because Google just throws ideas at the wall and they try for a little while, and then they're like, all right, let's just cancel it and move on to something else.
They've been arbitrary about that. You're right about that. But I'm just saying
that's what they're doing now. They're just like,
and as I said before, I think they have too many chiefs making decisions there.
They didn't announce no follow-up, no what's coming. They're just like, here, use the camera thing. There's no other option for you if you that's what they're saying, use the webcam.
Yeah, that's what they did.
There's no option for you if you do a group stream like this.
I'm hoping that they'll tell us something to use sometime between now and then, because we know we have some months in between. I hope, But in any case, Mike, will you bring that up to Adam for me?
I know. I without doubt, I was planning on getting Adam involved and giving us a hand because we all need to know what to do.
But I'm not going to be able to do this until I'm in person. I need to be in person, and I know it.
Right.
Maybe August, maybe September, something like that. And I'll just come up there, and if we can show me on a Saturday and a Sunday, well, we're good.
Yeah. We're trust me. I need to get on this because I want to stream, but I also like having people on with me too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, no, this has to be where we're together.
And to I hear what you're saying, George, about they can cancel whatever they want to cancel, but a lot of people they started channels using this format. You know what I mean? And this is the only thing they really do.
Well, wait a minute. When you're saying they started channels using live streaming?
Yeah, that's it. I for the only person I can think of, well, I should say only, but I know
I can think of is Everyday Tech.
No, Viper Viper started his channel with, and then getting a whole bunch of people and having shop talk and talking about.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's that. I mean, he made videos on the side, but he
that was his main thing.
It was main thing out of nowhere. The guy came on doing nothing but live streams with anybody. Anybody who would come in and talk shop to him. Okay. He was talking to people, and that, with all the restrictions that go on, I get it that they were going to do what they want. But what happened to when this was just for all parties, successful YouTubers and people who just starting out? You know what I mean? What happened to the people starting out? I'm getting the sense, that's just me. I feel if you're somebody just starting out to about 50 to 70,000 subs, now you're in that gulf is getting bigger, and they're pushing more people to get to the higher range of subs, so it benefits YouTube. I get that. See, I know what I'm saying. It's benefiting YouTube, but what about the people down here? You know what I mean? What happened to that? That's the thing.
Mike, you don't matter.
If they owe it to somebody.
You don't, Mike.
They
You
don't
don't
owe
matter.
anybody anything, do they?
You don't matter, Mike.
No, George.
But I mean, you say it as if they owe it to you.
No,
they don't owe us anything.
Okay.
They owe you to steal your data, Mike. That's what they owe you.
But they don't owe it to us. No,
that's what they owe you. Mike, remember, Mike, remember, you're the product. They just want your data. That's
right.
all.
Well, and to Will's credit, we are just a product, which I understand.
Google, Mike, Google's, Mike, just like I told you this morning, Mike, pretty soon Google's going to be like, I mean, YouTube is going to be for MKBHD and iJustine, and that's it. It's going to be, they're just going to, they don't care, man.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, George. I really, truly do.
I just wonder why they're supposed to care. That's all.
George,
why they're supposed to care.
Well, it's not their George. It's not their George. Listen, it's not their responsibility to care. But what if they were just like, all right, you can't. George, listen, George.
They're supposed to care. I don't know. I don't get that.
George, what if they were like, all right, we're saying now we're going to use OBS. What if Google was like, they shut it down? The only thing you can use to stream is that one camera view. Then what? Like,
wait a minute. I'm gonna go one minute. I'm gonna pose this, George.
Okay.
George. Okay. You weren't there for a second. What happens
to one of the guys? I'm answering.
Okay. What happens if YouTube says tomorrow you can't post no more videos unless you have 10,000 subs?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
What happens then? What are you going to do then? How are you going to do what you enjoy doing?
You're gonna look at Google and be like,
"You're gonna get off YouTube because you can't get subs if you can't post videos."
You're right, but that's essentially what I'm saying. They don't owe me nothing. I never felt they owed me anything.
Yeah, to me, the way I look at it, they're giving me free worldwide access to this thing when they don't have to do that, but they are. So I have no complaints.
But if they came and said you got to have 10,000 subs to post a video, and I have a YouTube channel, I'm throwing a high number. I'm throwing a number that's
and nobody that didn't have 10,000 subs will start one, and you and I would disappear tomorrow.
Right,
he said all the crap videos would be gone.
Who said?
That's probably true.
Listen, Gil.
It's probably true too.
Yeah, but
you're
how would you?
No sense to
you
me
enjoy doing this, but this is something you enjoy doing.
They don't owe me. They don't owe me for what I enjoy.
George, they don't owe
any
you
more than AT&T does, or
George, you act like you make it sound like Google. You make it sound like
worse. None of them owe me anything.
Okay.
George, you make it sound like they're getting nothing out of it. You know what I mean? You make it sound like George. You make it look.
Thing is, they're giving me free worldwide access to something where they don't necessarily have to.
George, when you use Google search, right?
Yeah.
It seems like it's free, but it's not free because you're giving them your data.
I'm not using YouTube in Google search.
But you're still giving them your data. Otherwise, they wouldn't let you do it. Google is getting something out of you streaming. So now they're telling you we're going to make it harder for you to stream, and you're just like, that's fine. You know what I mean?
I'm
you're
just like,
it's kind of
it's
like
your
you're
business. I have no
letting
right
them.
to tell you what to do with it, but you think you do have the right to tell them what to do with it.
Well,
That's the
crazy.
difference between you and me. You think you have the right to tell a private company how they should run their business, and I don't. And we're never going to agree on that.
That's crazy.
But they started off helping. They started off. I shouldn't say helping, but they started off with
I agree with you helping.
helping. You know,
Okay, but did
you
they
know,
have some obligation to be helping? Is what I'm asking you. Why? Why would they? Why should they? They don't have to do that.
They're
Okay.
not, George. They're
owe
not.
it
I
to you?
don't know. I don't know. Man,
This is a
whatever.
private corporation. You have some right to tell them what they should do, or
I'm not.
or to be their morality. I disagree with that.
Well,
Mike, we'll never look at it the way we do.
I agree with you guys on the
Yeah, but
privacy stuff.
no, but listen,
How to run their business.
but
I
George,
disagree.
you're making it sound like we're saying,
They owe
like
you.
like
That's
Google.
what making it
Yeah, we're
sound
not
like
saying
they
that
owe you.
we're not saying that they owe us, that
Yes,
they owe it
you
to
are.
us to do
Yes,
it like
you are.
that.
You can
But
say you're not saying it all you want to, but that's exactly
it's
what you're
different.
saying. No, you're saying they owe you.
Can
And
I
you're wrong if they don't
just
give
say
you.
that this is
That's
what
what
comes
you're
to my
saying.
mind, George. This is what comes to my
If this
mind.
were the government who you're paying taxes to, you'd have an argument. This is a private company. They don't owe you, but you think they do.
They make it.
I'm reading the comments there. I don't know if you see the comments, but George, but
Yeah, I'm reading the.
okay. So it
I
wouldn't
agree with
bother
Gary.
you.
I agree the YouTuber is benefiting more than YouTube. I agree that 100%.
Who?
Gary Brown says that. Bad News Brown.
You're
I agree
benefiting more
I
than
agree with that
YouTube is
100%.
for what you do? That's nah. I don't know. I mean, I
Just
don't
my
know.
opinion.
I don't have no.
We have a
I
right
don't have no.
to agree with
I don't
each
have
other.
no
That's
goal
fine.
to get no 1,000 subs and all that. I just think it's dumb for them to do this. I don't.
Why is it dumb? That's what I'm
Because
trying to
They should have
understand.
because
came out
they're
with a
alienating.
solution.
They're
They should have came
alienating
out with-
people. They're alienating their users. Like
They're alienating some. I agree with you.
so like I said, YouTube is going to turn into iJustine and MKBHD and all them. That's going to be it.
No, I'm not saying you couldn't be right.
That's what it's going to turn
But-
into, George.
But George, let me go back to the fact that if they say to you tomorrow, you can't have a YouTube channel because you don't have 10,000 subs.
He's going to be like, Google is right.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's their company. I can't tell them that they're wrong. Now, I can't have a YouTube channel from then on. I understand that.
So all those phones that you wind up buying for the YouTube channel that you possess just went out the door.
Is it Google's responsibility to take care of the phones that I bought for the YouTube channel?
But
no,
but that's your product. That's what you've been using your channel for. That's what I'm saying.
But you know what I think is wrong with what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a ridiculous postulation, in my opinion. You can't have a YouTube channel unless you have 10,000 subs. But of course, if you can't start a YouTube channel before 10,000 subs, then you'll never have 10,000 subs. What they might as well say is you can't have, from now on, anybody below this will never have a channel again.
Right. Well, I'm sorry.
Does that make sense to you that they would ever say
George,
that?
what if they said, what if they said if you don't have 10,000 subs, you can't stream or whatever. You know what I mean?
But
he's just trying to give you something.
Yeah, that I could understand.
He's trying to give you something so that you can understand it, or you can
yeah,
feel what he's saying. But you're not gonna feel what he's saying because you're looking at it like the company's right because it's their company. And that's true. They're right. It's their company.
It is.
But you're making it sound like George, like people aren't allowed to disagree with what they're doing.
No, I'm saying we all have a right to disagree, but you're making it sound like they owe you, and I don't think they owe you. I know they don't owe you. Yeah, but I agree with you. They are alienating some of their users. I guess they don't care. I guess
they don't care.
But
that's right. They don't care.
This is in this time and age. There was probably a program that they could very well whip up and figure out to be able to have this multi-platform, multi-people on.
Do you hear what you're saying, Mike?
What's that?
You're saying there's probably a program that they could.
They could.
You're saying that with zero programming experience. Am I right?
I understand that.
I would
George,
automatically
George,
say
here we go. George,
it's
listen.
probably a program like that with 34 years of programming in my past.
George,
So I don't know that there's probably. Maybe you're right, but
I mean, if we have it right now, if we are able to do it right now, they
all they have to do is leave it. Leave this. They can leave this branch hang-offs and make it do whatever they're doing with that, and that's it.
They're losing some kind of money, or they think they're losing some kind of money. That's the only thing I can think of. I can only assume that what it costs them to keep Hangouts alive is costing them too much money, and they're not making. It's not being profitable for them. That's my guess, because that's what companies are in business for, right?
Mike, when Google says when they block OBS or whatever, some kind of streaming thing, then we'll just move to something else. Because you know they can do and he's right. It's their company, but
it's like
they obviously don't. George, they don't want you to stream like this. That's all.
Like I'm a Raider fan. When Al Davis says we are moving to Los Angeles, the NFL took him to court and told him you cannot do what you want with your business. He won that and said, yes, I can. And Supreme Court agreed with him. It's his business.
Mike, you know what you got to do. You got to decide with your wallet.
And that makes sense.
Don't support Google no more. That's all. Don't support Google. I mean, if we disagree with it this bad, but look at I don't know. Google has a track record of this, man. They're trying to shut down Google Music to make YouTube Music, which isn't as good. They just
right there.
Google just does what they want, and they don't care about their consumers.
Fight them, but you're right, Will. The way to hit a company for a proper company is to stop giving them the profit. You're absolutely right.
Mike, turn off all your data search stuff. So erase your data from Google. Stop being the product. You know, that's what you got to do.
No,
and wait, Mike. Just wait for Amazon or somebody to make their own situation, because
as long as it's not you, as long as it's not Facebook, I'm good.
Yeah.
We can go on Facebook Live.
Yeah. Yeah, we could. We all could.
Yeah, we can go right on Facebook Live.
That is true.
There's no restriction on what device you're using, none of that. No sub count, nothing.
Oh, there's no restriction? I didn't know that.
Facebook, you can use whatever. YouTube is like you can't stream from your phone if you don't got 1,000. Because they just make up stuff as they go along. That's all, Mike.
What I say earlier, well, it seems to me they have too many chiefs.
Yeah.
But it's their company, so they're always right.
But wait a minute.
They can do what they want with it. Now they may end up losing money because of their decisions, but it's their company.
They won't, though, because they don't care about the smaller YouTubers. They're worried about MKBHD and iJustine and Flossie and all.
Keep in mind,
I bet you, George. You know what?
I remember when Flossie had 20,000 subs. I remember when MKBHD had 35,000 subs. Well, they worked their way to get where they are, didn't they? By themselves.
Mike, you know what's gonna happen? I bet you Flossie and MKBHD and all them, they're gonna get that new Hangouts that's coming out, and they'll be able to still do it.
Yeah, because it's a business. No, you're right. You're right, because it's a business. Because it's a business.
They'll give it to them anyway. They don't care. They'll just give it to them because they're the ones who are making them the money. So they'll give them that, and everybody else is going to be like, whatever.
And why are they the ones that are making them the money? Because they worked their tail off to get where they are, didn't they? Because Google at the time when they started gave them the chance to make the money. They didn't cripple them. Look what they're doing. Do you remember how many videos MK used to put out from his college dorm room?
It don't matter, but George, what I'm saying is, but what they're doing now to the people who like Mike, they're crippling you because they're taking away. Mike, George, Mike used to do.
How come we've seen YouTubers go below 1,000 and go above 1,000? It can be done.
Mike used to do the stream from the car. He can't do that no more. You know what I mean?
I stopped that.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you wanted to, you can.
More subs and he will be able to.
But I don't know. I give up, George.
And the tech, when they came up with the 1,000 rule, the tech police did not have 1,000. They do now.
I give up. Yeah, but everybody's situation is different. That's like going back to what everybody always says. You got to make the content or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in it to get no 1,000 subs and none of that. I do it because of y'all.
And that's why That's why Will only carries one phone too. But that's okay. Yeah.
And it's not Google.
Was that a knock? I didn't feel like much of a knock. I don't know.
Oh no. See, I'm teasing him a little bit because he still has that phone. I gave him the phone service.
I just
that
Simple Mobile. I'm not giving Google no data. I'm not being the customer no more.
I'll go buy you an iPhone 5S. Okay, there we go.
Oh, man, yeah, man. Like I don't know, George. I disagree with what they're doing, but it's their company. They can do whatever they want. YouTube would never pay my bills, so hey,
yeah,
whatever.
6 is saying round 2.
But if they, George, I don't know what rules they had before, but the way it is now, you're not going to get another MKBHD or whatever.
I disagree with that.
Unless it's some controversial video.
I think there's probably a kid who just started his channel this year, and 5, 6, 7 years from now, he'll be as big as MKBHD is right this second.
Who's that, Richie?
Whoever it is. Whoever it is.
I can see Rishi being big.
I can see it too. I can see you being big. I can see me being big.
Oh, I'm big, all right. There's a lot of me here, okay?
I didn't go there.
Oh, man.
That's okay. I'm used to it. It's all right. It's all fine, okay?
Keep in mind, folks, the only one who made fun of Mike tonight was Mike, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Hey,
so even if you use Skype, you still need OBS.
Yeah, I'm going to need it because you're going to need some. Yeah, I think the OBS is what gives us the 3 or 4 people.
Right, yeah, and that's why I think
I'm pretty sure.
That's why I learned OPS. Can't we? Yeah, we can do more than one person. I think
until Google shuts that down, then we'll be on Facebook Live.
Well, Google doesn't own that.
No.
I'm saying they're not going to let you. They're not going to let you do the streaming there or something. Google can do whatever they want. It's their company. I know. I'm just messing with you, George. Gary Brown said, what 4 states are suing to stop the T-Mobile Sprint merger?
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I was about to. I'm trying to send this link to you. I can't find.
I got an email today from T-Mobile telling me to join their TV service.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Surprised I didn't get one.
I don't even have T-Mobile.
Who takes care of your mom and dad's account? Is that you?
Well, I set it up, but the email's for her. I guess that's Google selling my data. Google probably saw me search for cable or something, Xfinity, and then they were like, "Oh, here."
That's that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really. Is that you sent me messages about Roku? Was that only because of my video that I did?
Oh, yeah. I was messing with you.
Oh, okay.
I had my Roku. Remember, I got rid of my cable boxes.
I know.
4 months ago.
Yeah, that's right.
I use the Roku box now. It works fine. I can still order pay-per-view, and my bill went down like $40.
How much? Having Roku
like $40
on my TV the way it is. I have Roku built on one TV, but I love having it on that TV.
I couldn't that box. I could not enjoy. No. Roku was just so natural to me. Yeah. To me, it's just so just right there.
I think, Mike, the Android boxes. I think they're more versatile than Roku. I think you can mod them and put stuff on them and do all that.
Cody.
Yeah, you can put Cody on it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not into that. I want to turn on the TV.
Yeah, you just want to use TV. You should have just stuck with Roku.
Okay, the 4 states are Hawaii, Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Nevada joining the District of Columbia and the state of New York. Okay. So they're all against the Sprint T-Mobile.
Bill, I'm emailing this to you.
All right.
Interesting.
So yeah, that came up I don't know, it was after lunch. I think it popped up. So according to this, is 4 states now are
those 4 states are joining the District of Columbia, and it looks like New York too, I guess.
Hawaii, Massachusetts, Minnesota. Hey, where's your friend? Was it Mark? He's from Minnesota.
Mark, he's in Minnesota. Only for now. He's going to retire, I think. And then isn't that true, Mark? I think you're watching. But anyway, he'll be moving to Arizona. So.
In a lawsuit filed last week, the states argued that permitting the merge, the consolidated company would create a monopoly that violates federal antitrust law. Competition has to enable mobile wireless communication services to become vital to the everyday lives of all the people by driving dynamic improvements in quality and reducing in prices. The complaint states the merger will negatively impact all retail mobile wireless communication services subscribers.
They do have precedent for this, you know that, right?
Yes.
Because that's how they broke up AT&T back in the 80s.
Yeah, and this is what the thing that I also read is that Dish Network is trying to buy spectrum, communication spectrum, so they're also in play for the Boost deal. So
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So Boost is
Amazon's trying to get them, and Dish is trying to get them.
So Boost is like their chip to say trying to smooth things over, and it'll be interesting to see a company take them over to quote unquote be the fourth company. You know what I mean?
Right. But of course, as a businessman, if you gave me a choice to selling to Dish or selling to Jeff Bezos, I'm going to sell to the richest guy on earth. Okay, first. That's what I would do.
Both are potentials because I think Dish is dying, so they're trying to find an avenue.
I agree.
The play is TV and phone.
Yeah, but the thing is, listen to what you're saying. Dish is dying. I agree. And all the time Dish is dying, what's Amazon doing? Ascending and ascending and ascending and ascending.
Right.
I would tie my mind to that, you know.
Oh yeah, but nobody's made a decision. But the Dish selling Boost off is going to be the thing to try and smooth things over here. You know what I mean? And probably I would say the smart thing to do also to try and smooth things over is maybe one of those two, Sprint or T-Mobile, give up some spectrum. You know what I mean? To make
That's probably true. That's probably true. And keep in mind, supposedly part of the reason that T-Mobile wanted this deal is because Sprint holds a lot of spectrum. That T-Mobile wants.
Right. So, and I don't know if you guys follow John Legier on Instagram, but I follow
him on Twitter.
I follow him on Instagram. He'll post on his stories, and I literally can say probably once a week he's flying to New York City.
Okay.
Yeah. New York City and Washington D.C.
Well, D.C. I was going to say, yeah.
D.C. are one of those two. Once a week he's always going somewheres, and where he's flying from home in Washington State and making his way all to one of those two places.
Right.
And then sure enough, then like a few hours later, his face shows up on a news report that, they had a meeting or there was this, stuff like that. So
he's trying to learn the art of the deal, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know. All I know is I love that I have a coworker, the manager I work with. She has Sprint. She goes, I can't get signal in here. And meanwhile, everybody goes, I got T-Mobile, I got Metro by T-Mobile, I got Verizon, and it's Verizon and T-Mobile dominating.
Yeah, that's going to happen to everybody somewhere. I had Sprint for 16 straight years, and now for the last 6 years, for 5 years, I've got T-Mobile. I love T-Mobile.
Yeah.
But I have places where I lose coverage.
Sprint
where I lose, and even Verizon has places where they lose.
Right. But it's bad. She has to go out to the garage doors to go and get a signal.
Well, it depends on where they. When I worked at Blue Cross, when we first moved up on the big, insurance companies, they have to be the biggest. Well, we moved on a hill that's above the entire city of Chattanooga. When we first moved up there back in 2010, I think it was, the only one who could get a signal inside the 5 buildings was Verizon. Well, then a couple of months later, AT&T came and put some towers on the property, and then T-Mobile came and put more towers on the property, and finally Sprint came and put more towers on. Well, now everybody can get a signal in there, you know.
So it's going to be interesting. And this deal, how many? We're going past a year and what? 3 months, 2 months now. You know, the way they were talking, they would have had this thing wrapped up by now.
Who? Oh yeah,
T-Mobile thought they'll have this all done.
Yeah, they thought they were going to have this done last year or early this year, you know, but they didn't expect all this stuff from the politicians, and they're going to get a lot of it. So you know, there seems to be a big fight going on that doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon.
I want to wrap up or my suggestion to you guys to wrap up tonight is
it's Will's channel. We got to do what Will says tonight, right, Will?
What's up, Mike?
Screw you, Will. I'm telling you how we're wrapping up tonight.
Let me know how we're doing it.
How we're doing it. We're going to talk about. Okay, we're going to talk.
It's my channel. It's my channel. Yeah? Everything I say is right.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're going to shut me down? Come on.
Yeah,
come over here.
No more streaming.
Oh no. Listen, Will sent an article out that the Moto Z4?
Moto Z4, yeah.
Is only going to get one update.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we should have saw it coming, personally, because they were only selling the phone here in North America. They're not selling it outside the country.
Oh, they're not? I didn't know that.
I'm 99% sure I saw that they confirmed it in a tweet. That I'm going to look it up real fast. Moto Z4. All right. Anyway, yeah, and we, like I said, we should have seen this coming, but come on, it's still one of your so-called flagships. Even
no, Mike, that's what I told you. They don't consider that phone a flagship. It's only $500.
Okay, so why have the Z line anymore?
Yeah, I agree.
It's Motorola's company. They're always right.
But I agree with Will. I don't think they consider it a flagship.
That's why. You know? They don't think it's a flagship phone, and I think Verizon is like giving you so many discounts on it. So they're we're just gonna update it one time, and that's it.
But I still find it funny that they wouldn't sell it in other countries, because they sell lots of other phones that aren't flagships in other countries. So
you know what, their phones are like the Moto One, the outside the country. I'm seeing that to be, because they just released a new phone in India, the One Vision they're calling it.
That's right. I saw that. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, and where are they the most popular on earth? Brazil, and have been for years.
Right. And they're pushing it in markets like India too.
Yeah. Well, I would too if I were them.
Right. Right.
Mike, Gary Brown said, isn't the Moto Z4 the only Moto device that's going to get Android Q?
I wouldn't think so. I would hope my Moto G7 Plus is going to get it.
No, the G's are going to get it. The G's are going to get it. They all the G line gets one update. Nigel Wills went to the Pixel Buds because we can all hear him tonight.
Because they always say I'm too low.
Yes, because the AirPods don't work on Will.
And I didn't want to use the power beats. I didn't want to use the power beats.
Tennessee, is that it? I don't know.
Yeah, they work in Tennessee really well.
Okay.
Now, I'm trying to find that article and I can't find it, of course, but I know I seen saying that in a tweet. So it's a shame. It's really a shame. And I know I'm gullible. I can't let go. And George, you piped in a conversation. You said you like Motorola just as much as I do. It's still got a big spot in your heart.
I do. But didn't somebody put an article out today or yesterday about Moto post Lenovo?
Yeah, there was a video. I think it was a video.
Oh yeah, I shared that with you guys.
They're going slowly downhill, aren't they?
Well, they say they're making a profit now in the other
They're
countries.
making a profit. Yeah.
Okay, you know.
Oh, here we go.
They're making a profit in the other countries, so now we're only going to sell this phone in America. I mean, I'm trying to make sense of that, but it's like it's their business.
Yeah, it's their business.
I've got to back up my own mouth, right?
Mike, the problem is it's Android and anything goes with updates. It's a crapshoot.
Yeah,
you know,
and
unless you got a Pixel.
I got to agree with Will on that.
Unless you got a Pixel, you can't really guarantee or a OnePlus, you can't really guarantee yourself an update. They just do what they want. That's what I mean.
You're right about that.
Mike, you know I loved Motorola. When we met, I was going through it with that Motorola when they took my money and lost my phone in the mail for a month and all that.
Yeah.
But after that, when they got away from Motor Maker and all that, I was like, I'm done.
But you see how everything balances out, Will? Because you're the only person I know who got a free Pixel. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
It all balances out.
That's true.
Yes,
that is true, George. I did get a free Pixel and a Pixel.
You were winner chicken dinner on that deal.
I did good on that deal. But it didn't really balance out because, well, it did a little bit. You figure, wait. You figure, you looking at it like I got less than you think. You think I got $1,000. I really only got $480.
I'll buy that.
Because they just sent me the Pixel 3a XL. That's all.
Oh, stop! Stop.
When is Google gonna give up and just make they're getting out of tablets? When are they gonna shut the door on the phones? When are they just gonna make? They're just gonna license
an argument on the internet about that already, isn't there?
Listen, what's the name said? AlteredTech said a while ago. He was like, they're not gonna get to the Pixel 5. So we'll see.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll see. I think Stadia is gonna be dead.
I think
just a mess.
I think so too.
Stadia is dead. When you just adding up the monthly cost of paying for it, you're so much better just buying a console. Because George, now this is why I don't like it.
Rivera or one of the guys on Pocket Now's podcast kind of said the same thing. You know,
George, this is the problem, and I don't really know how it works. But let's say Google's like, yeah, we're shutting down Stadia. You just lose all your games.
And one of them brought that up in the Pocket Now podcast too.
Nah, they can keep that.
I think it's DOA. Yeah, I agree.
That's crazy. Who would even spend money on that? Because you'll lose everything. Everything's gone.
You could very easily be throwing right down the tubes.
Dude, it's kind of like streaming music. You don't own it, and God forbid, you pay all that money and think you got all this stuff, and then they just take it away.
Oh, Will. Since you brought it up, I think you should tell people what Stadia is, because there's probably people watching who don't know what Stadia is.
Google's new streaming game thing that it comes out in November. And they're supposed to be able to stream the games on any device, on a Pixel, on a tablet, on your computer. Great. Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds so unrealistic that it's
gonna work, but it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg.
Nah, because all right, on PS4 you can do PlayStation Now or whatever, and you can stream the game, but they didn't give you the promises that Google's saying where you'll be able to use it on your phone, it just sounds too good to be true. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm not buying it, but I'd rather stick with the console until once the console stop doing discs and stuff and you can't download it to I'm done. Cause I'm like 6. I want to own something. I don't want to just be paying, and then when they want to shut it down like Google does, all that money that you invested is gone.
To think that way, I think.
Yeah, that's
I'm not a gamer, so it doesn't affect me, but I can see where that's a big risk of going after Stadia.
Yeah. No.
Did you see the tweet from Rick Osterloh
or whatever?
Osterloh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's true. Google's hardware team is solely focused on building laptops moving forward, but make no mistake, Android and Chrome OS teams are 100% committed for the long run on working with our partners on tablets for all segments of the market, consumer, enterprises, and education.
Will,
I'm trying to find out other guys.
Answer Eleanor's question about your earphones.
They're all right. What'd she say? Looking for
He's asking if they're comfortable.
other than my AirPods. Is what comfortable? Oh, okay, the Pixel Buds.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're all right. You can adjust them. They're all right. They're probably more comfortable, but they're all right. I'd rather the Apple wired ones. To me, they're the best because they fit my ear real good.
The Apple wired ones?
Yeah, like if I was gonna pick wired ones, I would go with the Apple ones because they fit my ear.
But what about music quality? Aren't they garbage? Those ones from Apple? The wired.
I don't know. I'm not like a
I am. I like to have a little. I like to have something going. A little bit.
As long as I can hear it, I'm good. Yeah.
Gary Brown says the same dude that was at Monroe. He knows nothing. Yeah, I know. That's what scares me, Gary. That's what scares me.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean.
He's just putting out that PR thing of we're supporting everything to the end, and we're gonna. But they said the same thing about everything else that they put out and closed.
That's pretty much true.
They just say that. But I mean, honestly, how long can you take a loss on your phone? How long? Like, you know what I mean? How long can you not make money on it? At some point, you're going to be like, even if it's Google or whoever, you're going to be like, this is a waste of money. We might as well license the camera, and because that's the only reason to buy the phone.
Yeah,
is the camera. Just like I told you 6 months ago, George. 6 months ago, George, they never make nothing proprietary about the phone. There's nothing in the phone that you can't get anywhere else.
You see Alan's comment? Joshua Vergara from Pocket now saw him at an event with the Pixel Buds. He says, wow, I've never seen anyone wear them.
Oh, the wireless ones? Yeah, the wireless ones, yeah. I had them for a little bit. They were, the thing was trash on the wireless ones. Their touch control was way too sensitive. Okay. If you bent your head to the side, it would stop the music. It was terrible.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
Glad I didn't spend the money.
Yeah, they were terrible. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't see Google's gonna keep voluntarily throwing money down into the hole on the phone that not a lot of people are buying.
They do a lot of stuff to see what sticks. It seems like
they should just go. Oh, it was the wired ones.
Yeah, I thought it was the wired ones.
They should just go with the They should stick with the mid range. They would kill it. Google would kill it if they just.
Well, that's still going to be the problem, George. Will they're killing it now. They're killing it now with the mid range. And watch, they're going to cut it. You watch, they're going to make only one more version.
No, they're not. They're just gonna. I think they messed up like Apple did with the. Apple messed up when they were supposed to do the AirPower was supposed to come out with the new AirPods. I think Google wanted to release that phone with the Pixel because there were so many leaks and rumors. That probably was their plan when everybody was like, "It's 4 phones. It's 4 phones." That probably was the
rumors about that. That's true.
Yeah, that probably was their plan because why would you put a phone out mid-year and you're about to release a $1,000 phone again?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I forgot all about all those rumors, but yeah, they went around for months.
Yeah, everybody said it was, they had 4 phones and it was a budget phone and a third Pixel. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They didn't do it. They probably were like, let's avoid the rumors, and then, and now they shot themselves in the foot because I can't.
Now they stomp on the rumors by saying here.
Yeah, now they're like, yeah, this is what we're doing.
Now we're going the other way.
I can see it. Yeah.
Oh, hey, I just saw Alan Anthony's tweet. He got a Chromebook for his kid.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Are you working tonight?
Yeah, I am. Mike, that's just like the Pixel Slate. They canceled. I think they're getting. They're not going to make those anymore.
They just made that too much money, man. That was just way too much money.
Huh? What, the Slate?
Yeah.
Well, but just like the Pixel Book, it's too much just for Chrome. Like,
I agree.
Why would you buy that when you have competitors?
It has no horsepower behind it.
Yeah. Well, no, you can get the i7 Chromebook with all that stuff, and I think 16 gigs of RAM.
Edit on it?
It's so limited, and you can buy a Chromebook for $250. Why would you buy that's
but
what
keep
I don't understand.
in mind when Mike, you talk about editing, Mike. I have a 2015 MacBook Air, but why am I able to edit on it? Because it has an i7. I refuse to buy an i5.
Now, Mike,
i7s. But they're geared. They're geared to, even though they are geared to be not just much the Intel chip you have in it, but their whole format is you can edit on that computer.
Whose whole format?
Apple's computer.
No. But I watched. Keep in mind, I watched months of videos on MacBook Airs.
George is saying, you mean because you want to be able to edit fast,
right? That had a Core i5 had all kinds of problems editing, and you could see the huge difference in time when you went to render something. And the i7 is the one that always rendered it much, much faster. Well, I use this to render my 4K footage, and it does it 3 times as fast as my Windows, even though I have a terabyte on my Windows.
Right, I'm talking about on the Apple computer.
Right.
You should be able to do your video editing.
I'm saying you had a Core i5, your video editing would be a heck of a lot slower. It's the i7 that allows you to do it.
Right.
Now, here's my thing about the Pixelbook and Google. Why would you spend $1,000? Because the Pixelbook came out at $1,000, and that slate was I think it was $799, and the $200 keyboard or whatever. So another $1,000. Why would you buy that when you can buy a MacBook Air or a Windows computer and have a whole operating system?
Or even a great Dell that would do
it's like Google is trying to throw money away. I can't understand. Like Eric in the Telegram room said, just like Eric said in the Telegram room, he was like, the Chromebook is supposed to be for schools because they're supposed to be cheap. Why would you even make $1,000?
I can't get over it. I'm at the site now for the Pixel Slate. Oh my God, the M3 processor.
The worst.
$799. You go high on the i7.
Try editing something on an M3 processor. Good luck with that.
$1,600? Are you crazy?
For a Chrome, it don't even make sense.
On a Chrome tab, I'm sorry. There's no.
I'm telling you, Google likes throwing money away, Mike. That's all.
Yeah, well, those two made no sense, really.
Honestly, the whole $1,000 Pixelbook makes no sense. For that thing should have been like $500, maybe. And they knew they had competitors out there with with Chromebooks for $250 that do the same thing and had all kind of screens that did all kind of stuff. And
Exactly.
George, you didn't even see George. I got to show you the tweet. I don't know if Mike's seen it. The guy posted this. I forget who it was. He posted this thing of this computer doing this thing where the screen was able to tint, like. And I commented and was like, and what's the point of it? I'm really like you, George. I'm really the old person because that makes no sense. He was like so excited, like, can your laptop do this?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the
point.
And I just wasn't getting it. Who cares? I was like, who cares?
Yeah, but he was like hyping it up, so that must be like one of the new things that's coming. We'll see like Lou on Unbox Therapy hyping it up like it's great because it can bend in. That's how I feel about the foldable phone. But hey, I don't know. We gotta go. I gotta go to work, and y'all gotta go to sleep. And
remember, I have a foldable phone that actually works.
Works, yeah. And the screen don't break.
George, Forbes let you borrow his phone.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
Forbes is gonna beat your butt. Forbes let you jump to your job and hunt you down.
Yeah.
Forbes let you use the Axon M. Oh man,
what a guy! What a guy!
George, I need to say stuff about you. Okay, remember that.
He said, "Don't leave no scratches on his display or none of that." Can't believe he let you use that phone. He loves it. Yeah. That's his daily driver.
Oh man!
We have to visit Will in the hospital next week. We'll know why.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
All
right, everybody. We had a good stream tonight. I think we had up to like 20.
Thanks for watching our rambling, folks.
Where are we at next week?
Mike, it's gonna be you, isn't it?
Next week will be.
Hey, if Hangouts is working, I'm in. Okay.
All right.
If Google doesn't have a quote unquote security breach and shut down.
Yeah, just like they did at Google Plus. Right.
Look for us on SimplyYourDevice next week, folks.
Yeah. All right. Thanks to everybody for coming.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, guys.